Now we're going to actually say, what if we wanted to reflect something on a graph? We're going to reflect over 4 lines. Either the x-axis, remember that's a line, that's this dude right here on the graph. The y-axis, which is in blue here. The line y equals x. Is this in slope-intercept form? You bet, because y is all by itself. What's the slope? 1. What's the y-intercept? 0. So that would be this green line. Let me highlight that in green. Y equals x. Y-intercept is 0. Rise 1, run 1. Rise 1, run 1. Rise 1, run 1. Rise 1, run 1. That's this line right here in green. And the line y equals negative x. What color am I missing? How about purple? Y equals negative x is in slope-intercept form. It's got a slope of negative 1 with the y-intercept of 0. So that will actually be that purple line right there. Those 4 lines are what we're going to reflect on. And here's the rules that we have. What we're going to do is, on your paper, we're going to translate this rule into actual English right here. So let me make my eraser a little bit bigger here. Okay. To reflect over the x-axis, here's what this says. If I had some point AB, the AB, where this is the x value, that's the y value, right? Okay. If I had just any point in the world, to reflect that point over the x-axis, what changed from the original guy to the second guy? Did the x value change at all? This is A, that's A, so it doesn't change. Does the y value change? Yes, this was positive, that's negative. Well, what that really does is it changes the sign. So to reflect over the x-axis, the rule is you change y's sign. Change y's sign. Like the point 3, 1 reflected over the x-axis would be 3, negative 1. X value stayed the same, change y's sign. To reflect over the y-axis, the point AB became negative AB. The y value stayed the same this time, and the x value changed, so we're going to change x's sign to reflect over the y-axis. I hope you're writing these rules down on this piece of paper. To reflect over the line y equals x, do you notice that no signs changed because these are all positive, these are all positive. There's no negative symbols. No signs changed, but the A and the B switch places, so you're going to switch x and y around. So like the point 4, 3, if you want to reflect it over the line y equals x, will become 3, 4. And we'll see examples of this here as we get going. We're just writing the rules down. And there's probably a typo on your sheet unless I had changed the copies already, but if this says negative b, a, we need to just cross that out. The rule has to be the point AB goes to negative b, negative a. So what you want to do first is switch x and y, then change signs. Change both signs. Switch x and y, then change both signs. So here's 6 problems. They're actually pretty basic, and they should be very, very easy to do when you have the rules right here in front of you. Reflect the point 4, 3 over the y-axis. So here's the y-axis. The rule says change x's sign, so that would become negative 4, 3, and so on. So let's go ahead and do all these. Reflect over y equals x. Rule is just switch them around, so negative 1, 2. Switch x and y around. Reflect over the x-axis, that's change y sign, so negative 3, 9. Reflect over the line y equals negative x. Switch places and switch both signs, so negative 6, negative 6. Reflect over the y-axis is change x's sign. Well, x is 0. There's no such thing as negative 0. 0 is neither positive nor negative, so it's still going to be 0, 3. Hey, this point reflected to itself over the y-axis. What does that mean about that point? Like back here, when we had t reflect to t, didn't that mean t was on that line? If 0, negative 3 reflects to 0, negative 3, doesn't that mean 0, negative 3 is on this line? So that point right there is actually on the y-axis, 0, negative 3. And the last one, reflection over the line y equals x, we're going to switch them around and go 2, negative 2. So that's real easy if these rules are in front of you. The problem is, on the test, those rules aren't going to be in front of you. So we got to memorize them. Let's do this now. They want us to actually graph this triangle first and reflect it over this line. So the first thing I want us to do is whatever line that they are asking us to reflect over, let's graph it. Let's actually, with a straight edge, graph this line, y equals negative x. It's got a slope of -1 and a y-intercept of 0, so start at 0 and go down 1 to the right 1, down 1 to the right 1, down 1 to the right 1. Put 4 points, take your straight edge, and connect the dots. Don't forget arrows because it is a line. So start meow, and then get my grabber. Let's make that bad boy go through the grid also. So first thing we do, graph the line. Second thing you do, plot the points of the pre-image. The pre-image is this dude, A, B, C. So A is at 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. Go ahead and put an A there. B is at 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And that's a B. And C is at -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -2. So there's C. Take your nice C. Take your straight edge and connect those together. A, B, C. Right. There you go. Now they want us to figure out where A prime, B prime, and C prime is. So we got to know the rule for reflecting over the line y equals -x. That means make them switch places and switch signs. So let me go blue here. A prime would actually be at -1, -3, switching places and switching signs. B prime would be at -3, -4, and C prime would be at 2, 5. So I'm going to plot those points. -1, -3, that's A prime. B prime, -3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And C prime, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And connect those together. Oops, color. It's not pretty unless you match the colors up. And hot tamales right there. So what you could do, let's see if I could actually do this, is now you could take your piece of paper. Well, that's not going to work. I was going to say you could take your piece of paper and turn it to where this line is running vertically now, but I can't do that because my picture won't change. But you can see that these two do reflect to each other over that line. This reflects right over there, and etc. So uno más, my friends. Reflect over the y-axis. My bad, I can't read. The x-axis. The x-axis is right here. You can graph that line if you want to, but it's already done for us. You just need to plot those points. A is at -2, 1. B is at 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And C is at 1, -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Okay. Connect them together right away. You definitely don't want to try to connect them together later. It's just difficult that way. Connect them together right away. We're going to reflect this over the x-axis. So that means switch y sign. So -2, -1. 3, -6, and 1, 4. Don't forget parentheses around all those points. So -2, -1, A prime. B is at 3, -6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And C is at 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. C prime, and connect them together, and that will do us. Cool. So that's our video. Please come see me if you have any questions. Have a good one.